Afrinity Connect.
Welcome to Afrinity Connect with me, Wilfred Adams. We're here live and direct. I'm connecting from Blantyre, Malawi. We'll be connecting United Kingdom. We've got our brother, the chairman of the association, talking about Mr. Chris. It's good to have you on Afrinity Connect. I know you flew all the way from United States. You arrived 2 o'clock today in the United Kingdom. Right, you're still very strong and you're ready to go. How was your trip from America?
First of all, thank you for having me. I'm experiencing a bit of jet lag. It was a long trip and it was nice. I had a great time. Met a lot of Nigerians who have lived in Gambia. And we had a vast discussion about the association, and some have really shown interest, to join, to be part of us, which is quite a good thing. And I explained our previous trip we did, our first palace project we did in Gambia, showed them some clips, some videos, pictures, and they're quite amazed. And they're quite keen to be part of us. So, yeah, and we've been running now for over 5 years now, this organization now. And to be honest with you, we've gone through thick and thin, to be honest. And I want to say a big thank you to the team we've got, and I know we've gone through ups and downs, but eventually we're striving, and I believe we're going to get there. Our first palace project we did was in March, which went well, and I believe we did achieve our goal, and we're looking to extend this project into a different sector from next year or year, or maybe in the next couple of years, but we're still having a round discussion about this and to decide on what sector we're willing to extend this project to. But so far, so good. Things are running fine. The members are up and running, and everything is going on smoothly as it is. So we do have a monthly meeting every once in 2 months. And I'm urging everyone who wants to be part of us to kindly maybe contact our secretary, who is very competent on what he's doing. And he's going to share the whole information about the association, what we do on the platform to everyone who's willing to be part of us. And God will surely bless anyone who wants to be a part of us, because it's quite good to kind of to give. And that's what we're doing. We're kind of looking at giving back to the less privileged. And God will keep lifting us up and showing us the strong will to be able to do more for the less privileged. So that's just it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's really, really touching. Giving back to the less privileged in a society, or especially a place where we've all passed through. We call it the smiling coast of Africa. It's a good thing. Talking about secretary, having more information about this association, also giving us, telling us more about the trip you just introduced. Let's bring in Clement. Clement, how are you doing? How is the United Kingdom? I know you're in the morning, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Tell us, how is it there? Where exactly are you? And tell us about the association, please.
Okay, first and foremost, thank you for having me. I'm in Kent, a small town called Maidstone, about 40 minutes away from London. And so far, as you said, we're in the morning state. We lost our queen, and there's been a lot happening to come up to Monday, which is when she'll be buried. And I think after that, we'll go through the morning state, and then we get back into a normal state. May her soul rest in perfect peace. She's been at this, at the top of the throne for years, and I think she's handled it so well. And given that's why she's having all this, people recognizing her death as well. But it's more like a blessing and a celebration of life from my point of view. Looking at the age and the time she stayed on that throne, I would say it's more of a celebration of life. But may she rest in peace. And yeah, back to the meeting at hand. Yes, it's strictly, we all came together just to think of ways to help Gambia, which is one of those countries where we all stayed at, and we know what the country was all about. And as a group of friends and Nigerians who've been there, we came up with the idea just to come together, see what we can raise and give back to that place. Like the chairman rightfully said, we're looking at other sector. We managed to go into a school for our first project in March, and it was one of the local primary schools there. We had some few books and just basic school materials that we gave out to a lot of them, which was so appreciated by the parents, and it was heartwarming, honestly speaking, when you see people who can't really afford those basic needs for their children to go to school, and you being able to give that to them. And most importantly, you see people of their kind, which is the Black people, Africans as such, able to go back there to give back to them, as opposed to having more of the Western people do that. It's trust me, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and I want to urge people to give us the opportunity to keep doing this. We have more plans ahead. So far, so good. Since we've been back from in March, we've been looking at things that we've done. It's more like the chairman said, it was a pilot project, which is our first and ever since we've been formed. We've looked at ways to improve the organization, better ways to put us out there so that we can have other avenues where we can tap from as well, which would, give us the opportunity to really achieve more, based on our foundation, which is to give back to society as such. And we've got a Facebook page. My details will be up and running here. Anyone who wants to be part of it, or maybe just want to know what we're all about in depth, speak to somebody about the group, we are more than ready to get back to them, let them know everything they want to know. We practice a mind state of transparency. The chairman could as well tell you that. And yes, that's what we're key on. Yeah.
Thank you so much. To have this association blessed even members, I'm privileged to be part of this, and I know the kind of love that's been shown by the association, even moving around, assisting one another, and then giving outside just the members. That is really touching. Talking about the trip, we have Reverend also here. Reverend was also in the Gambia. Of course, Reverend Tony is a household name when it comes to Nigerian community in the Gambia, the ministry. Can you share more lights about your trip then in the Gambia, the association, of course, your activities out there now based in United Kingdom?
Oh, great. Thanks for having me, Adams. And it's a privilege to actually be part of the organization, because one thing that I really appreciated about the organization is the love, that we share, towards one another. And some of our relationship that we've kept have been able to take up to 20 years, 20 something years to be here today, where we are today. So, and at times I always let them know that when God give us long life, we're going to kind of remain friends till 80, 90 years or 100 years, so it's really amazing. It's a community. It's a community, living the kind of life that we live in Gambia. And I always say that Gambia is actually our second home. I can tell you that, most of us, yes, we know that some of us are originally from Nigeria, but we've seen Gambia as a home. That is what I can tell you about. So everything that God is helping us to do in Gambia in terms of support, we're looking at it as just going back home. That is the way we looked at it, of which I know that some of us are already having property in Gambia. So it's just like that. So it's a privilege. And what really happened at that event on March was amazing, because the kind of what we heard about the teachers, how the people, some of them their parents could not be able to afford, what God has helped us to reach out to them. I was almost sharing tears, when I see that kind of kind gesture that God helped us to pull out to the people of Old Yundum, in the Gambia. So it was really fantastic. And I really want to appreciate each and every one of us that is part of this community, which is this organization, because we've been there. The brotherly love has been flowing. The caring, checking up one another, try to support one another. So I just want to support what our chairman said in terms of anyone that is not on this organization. I don't think that you are missing. That is just how the way we look at it. You're missing a lot, because you just need to come so that we always, look back and see, how we've been able to kind of love ourselves in Gambia, and bringing it back to the UK as well. So it's just amazing. At times we remember some speaks for love as well among us. So and we remember the kind of wonderful food that we eat as well, Benechi and the rest of them, Domoda and the rest of them. So it's really amazing. So we're looking forward to see, like what our chairman said, we're looking forward to see other people come being part of the team, the great team that God is really building within ourselves. So thank you very much, Adams, and let me allow other people to come in as well.
Yeah, you've done well, but you forgot to mention our food, which is tapalapa.
Okay, that's true. Nobody goes to Gambia with that. Yeah, tapalapa and the long one. What's that long one? Tapalapa and senful, and the mayonnaise with the egg. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much. That was good to really practicalize the discussion and actually have that fused into it to really show that you didn't just pass by. You're very, very branded when it comes to the food and the people, and that's really touching. So talking about bringing more people, I spoke with B Master. He's out there now in Sweden. I spoke with him about the organization. He's also very interested. These are people that have also impacted the music industry. Producer we're working together in Africa those days. So the association should is going beyond. I know, Chama, you want to say one or two things. I think you got a new member that joined all the way from America. So it's not limited to just the UK. I know most of us are in the UK, but other join from all over the world.
Thank you. As I rightly said, we're not limited to just people from UK, or we're just all over. So if you're living in Gambia, in Europe, America, wherever you live, as long as you stayed in Gambia, you live in exactly, yeah. We're quite happy to have you on board and to join this great association. As I say, we have great people with great minds, great ideas, and we work together as a family to support each other, to help each other. If you have any concern, any issues, we're quite happy to help and support. As I said, whatever information you need about this association, the secretary has the detailed information to hand, and you can contact the secretary, or we're on Facebook as well, and look out for more detailed information about how to join. It's quite pretty much easier. It's not a skyrocketing, just quite easier.
Straightforward.
Yeah. Okay, so are you back?
Carry on. Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, please. You can run.
So it's quite easier. So the secretary will give you all the whole information regarding to join the association. It's quite pretty much straightforward. And as a member, when you've been part of a member, so you're entitled to all the whole benefits and whatever support we can render. We're quite happy to kind of support you. So that's what we do here, not just about just Gambia. So we try to kind of support members as well. That's what we do as well, because we need to look after each other as well. So that's the main reason why we have this, and to kind of give back to the less privileged. So on the other hand, I'm urging people who want to join to kindly come forward and join this great association. So as I said to you, that I had opportunity to meet one or two people in America, and they've shown great interest to be part of this association. So I've given them the details. They'll be calling the secretary in a couple of days, and Clement will be giving them more detailed information on how to join and how to enroll and how to be part of this. And we're quite happy to welcome them on board and to meet with other great members as well, who are really committed, who have shown great effort, who have been very supportive to make this association work. So I'm looking forward to everyone who is willing to be part of this to come forward, please. Anywhere you are, please just come. We welcome you on board.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Chairman. If you just join us, it's still Afrinity Connect with me, Wilfred Adams, and we're talking about this great association. For a short break, we'll be going to the Gambia, where we show a short clip of the donation that was made, where Reverend Tony was there present, and of course the secretary himself also, Clement, was also there present. So let's enjoy this short clip. We'll be right back.
Afrinity connects.
Welcome back. That was the exciting video. That was really touching, and it's good that this association has done that, despite the fact that we don't have all the resources, where our wants or our financial status is not how would I put it? You don't have it all, but despite that, you're still able to pull out something to give back to the those that really deserve it. So that was a kudos, Mr. Chairman. Of course, thank you. I saw Clement and Retoni were on ground. So how was it to be on ground? How was it to be there? Let's recap that as we round up this special interview.
For me, it was a great opportunity. I mean, to go back to that side of the world as such, and meeting a few old people and sort of having that opportunity to be part of this association or represent the association as a whole, and meeting people and be one of those people who was the first to undertake a project and see the first-hand impact of our project, which was very convincing to say to me that this was something that I've dreamed of on my own, and having the opportunity to be part of this it's superb. And yeah, looking back, everything went smoothly. We were quite lucky to have the right people on ground, and we did all our logistic before going there. That was done, and yeah, the people we met there were also very passionate and happy to receive us. I was really amazed and surprised that without them even knowing us when we were there, they really they went to all lengths to make sure they made life easy for us to achieve our aims. And while we were there, and trust me, it was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful time. And yeah, I would happily do that again. Yeah, most definitely.
Yes, happy to doing that again. Reverend, what was your experience also like?
Yeah, it was fantastic because we had opportunity to meet with Nigerian community in the Gambia as well. The president was with us, and the secretary, and some of them, they actually came and they were so surprised because they said that we are the first organization within the diaspora to come and do what we did. So it was, and he was saying that we made them proud. That was really what happened. So we're privileged to be the first people that did such, and so that was it. So when they were like all with us and just appreciating whatever, even the teachers as well, the workers in the school, the principal, and every one of them, people were like, wow, this thing. But just quite unfortunate that we couldn't see most of our friends because it was just a short trip. Because we spent just about 1 week, and Gambia, when I said it's our home, we could have preferred like staying for like 2-3 weeks, even a month, to be able to see some of our old friends. But unfortunately, we couldn't. But it was nice, and we're looking forward to bounce back again come next year. Uh, in God willing. So that's what we're looking forward to do. So, and I believe it's getting better and better. So next year is going to be more, bigger project than what we just did. Yeah. So we just want to thank God and thank you, Afrinity, for your great work that you are doing as well. We really appreciate you, and we're proud to be part of what you're doing as well. We are all in it. So thank you very much, Clement. My body, we're all together too, moving together. Airport has changed, Gambia airport has changed a lot. So we had some Benesha at the airport before we leave with some fish, good fish. And
Wow.
that person I'm going to like say, I want to appreciate the whole team, everybody in our organization. I want to appreciate you guys. Appreciate my president. He has a large heart. Honestly, and the president, the vice president, every one of them, our secretary, our treasurer, everybody in our organization, they are all blessing to us. So we want to appreciate you guys. You made it to happen. Thank you, every one of us. And I know I cannot mention their names one, but I could have loved to do that. But thank you, guys. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's really, really, touching. And I'm not there, but I could
And
feel.
Alfred, let's not forget Alfred. He was with us as well. Sorry about Alfred too.
Okay,
Kudos to
okay,
him as well. Yeah, it was well. He did a
okay.
lot of work. Yeah, I appreciate. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. So as we round up on this special, interview, Mr. President, what's your last words on this whole trip, on this whole organization?
Well, what can I say? I'll say we thank God, we bless God for His mercy over each and every one of us. He's given us the strength, to keep forging ahead. And I want to say a big thank you to the great team we've had. I will not mention name, but we have been very, very supportive of each other, right from the vice chairman, secretary, provost, and our prayer warrior, the man of God. He has been very, very supportive as well. Praying for this organization. Yeah, praying for this organization. If not for God and for him, I mean, this should have been we should have kind of just just broken away. But with consistency and prayer, that kept us going. I mean, we have our own, pros and cons, disagreement. We agree at some point. We keep saying, well, this, at some point, people are losing faith in this association. But we keep, with prayer and God, we keep forging ahead. And I want to say a big thank you to you as well. I mean, you're doing a fantastic job, Alfred. I mean, if not for you, for showcasing this association to the wider world and people to know what we're doing. I mean, I don't know how to thank you. I mean, you've done a very good job, and I want to extend this to the other team as well for being very supportive, for like showing more energy into this what we're doing as well. I will say a big thank you, and not to forget, the trip to the Gambia, as I said, was a great achievement for this organization. That's our first trip. And I give God the glory for the trip, that it went well. As I said, we're looking at other sector in the next couple of years. And hopefully we're able to kind of meet together again, brainstorm, and we'll look at other areas we can, extend this project, to other sectors. And hopefully we're getting there. We're getting there. and we're trying our best. I know it's not easy, but I believe we'll get there. And regarding Tony and Alfred and other, so when they came back from the Gambia, I can tell that they look different because they're eating organic food, fresh. Not when Tony came out, Tony, what's going on, man? You put on some weight, organic.
Don't be jealous, brother. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
No, man, you guys did a very wonderful job. At least you're able to meet with the Nigerian Association of the Gambia, meet with the secretary, and the whole journey just went smoothly, which is quite a very wonderful thing. And I want to urge everyone who wants to be part of us to kindly come forward. We are willing to embrace everyone that lives in Gambia to be part of us. And God, sky's our limit, and we'll still have whatever things to do in the near future, And I will say thank you, Alfred and Wilfred, and thank you, my secretary, my able secretary, and thank you, the man of God. You have been the backbone of this association for kind of praying for this, union, and we will give you all the glory, and we thank you a lot for keeping us, making this association a great one.
Yeah, it's a privilege.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. It's an honor, indeed, privilege also to have, this men of, let's say, team caliber. So men that, in Nigeria, we say men when sabi, men when men of God. And so I'm so also privileged to be part of this association. But before we go, I want to put us on this was not planned, on a spot. Will I say, we know Nigeria is, let's say, on a crossroad right now. We have so many things going on out there. The three major presidential contestants, the Atikus, the Bats, Tinubu, and of course, they call them the Peter Obi. So I hope you don't mind. Can we just, each and every one of us to just say something? What are your... sorry?
So give our views, is that what you want?
Yeah. What are you still gonna be with the old guards, or are you want to join the obedient movement? So let's just
can I just come in? I mean, the result has shown. You've seen the massive followers. We need to be obedient and useful. So there's no point to we going turning back to the old guys again. They've had their fair share. We need a change in that country. For Nigeria to be a better society, we need a change. And I believe, and I strongly believe, Peter Obi and Yusuf are the best candidates that will put this country in the next level. And trust me, and go and verify. Not too much talk. Go verify.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
But to add to that, I mean, I was opportune yesterday to be with a local government chairman in Lagos State, and honestly, he was telling me that Peter Obi don't stand a chance in the sense of the youths who are crying for Peter Obi don't have the voters card. So in order for us to achieve this dream of the younger ones taking over power in that country, I think we should push for the younger ones to have the voters card to be able to vote. Because as much as they all cry, obedience, we need this guy, we need the younger person. If they don't have the voters card to vote, that's where the problem lies. So we need to say this. Please go out there and get your cards if you're in Nigeria. If you have any opportunity to see me saying this, without that voters card, it's not just enough to keep crying obedient. Without that voters card that would give numbers for people for obedience as you all cry for, trust me, without it, we go nowhere. So every young youth, everyone should go out and get their cards. Please, it's highly important.
But I think
so you are you obedient and useful too?
I'm pushing for the youth. I'm pushing for someone with ideas, someone who can do it. We've seen what the older heads have done. They've not been able to do anything. As much as they claim to have the wisdom, which is a typical Nigerian thing. As soon as someone feels they're older than you and you're there, they know more than you, which hasn't worked. It's clearly failed us as a country. So let's give a chance to the youth. But as much as we say that, everyone should go out there who has the opportunity to get a voter's card to vote. Unfortunately, we at the diaspora, we can't. So there's not much impact we can do. So for my own side, the little I can say is encourage them to get a voter's card so they can vote. Numbers carry the day in any election.
Sorry, Clement, just to cut you there. We can energize people like your family, friends who live abroad to go and vote for. So we have, we have that power as well. While you're here, since we cannot vote, we can encourage people back home, your family, friends, people who are close to you, to vote for change. And that's what we need at this point in time.
That's what we need.
Because this country has really gone through a lot. So we need that change, I mean, things are not going, people want to go back home and invest, but we cannot.
We can't.
There's no security, there's no good water, there's lack of, things are just going down the drain. So we need to kind of push ahead and fight for change. And I believe that change will come next year with God's grace.
To be honest, in Nigerian politics, I don't think I have anything to say, because to tell you, I don't trust any one of them. I don't trust. So sorry about that. I don't have anything to say. They are all the same. They come back, they promise us something. In the next 4 years, you still see they're just the same. So I don't trust. I don't trust anybody in Nigerian. All of them, I don't trust anybody.
I was just say, everyone has got their own views. Tony, I will not blame you. That's your view, because you're looking at they've disappointed the whole people, the former past presidents or whatever, and that's your view. And I will not blame you. When things going, you just get fed up. But sometimes it's quite good to give people a chance. Give them the benefit of doubt. You never know what's going to happen. This guy might be the Messiah. That might change the country, but you never know. But what I would say is, as you say, we keep praying for the country. We keep praying for the country.
Just
it's going to be a better place.
I've been praying, just be praying for the country.
Yeah. And on the last note, I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you, to my able secretary, man of God, my provost, to my vice chairman, to my treasurer, and the whole entire team for doing a good job. And I'll keep encouraging people and keep supporting this project. And skies are limits, and we've still got more things to do. And I'll encourage people, if you have friends, family who are living in Gambia, encourage them to join. We'll still have more better things ahead of us. And I'll keep praying for this association, and we'll keep striving forward, and God will keep blessing us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Afrinity Connect.